film like Outhouse, and then even in a very different way, it's a very different film, but let's call it, if nothing else, character, script-driven film like Gulmohar, which released on OTT, which received great kudos, justifiably so, from everywhere. There's two things. One, there is a sense now that across film industries, but Indian film industries, but certainly the Hindi film industry, the making of story driven stuff is moving to the platforms. It is now laptop viewing or at home viewing. Whereas the theater is no longer the space where great films or even interesting slice of life films, the smaller character driven, person driven, writer driven film can be made or seen. I just wanted to get your sense of that.
As you said, now we are surrounded by screens of different sizes. You can see a film in your cell phone. There is so much happening, and then you've got a bigger screen, and then you've got these bigger screen. But the pleasure of watching a film in a theater, in a cinema hall, with lots of other people, is a different. That those what do you call them? Those, what's the word? Actual word? One screen, single screen theater. That was a different experience, not like leaning back and popcorn and all that, but it was just the sheer viewing with so many different kinds of people. There was those people who sat, and then you were on the dress circle. So it was and then when at exactly the same place people reacted. So one realized that how a film can bring people together, at exactly the same place, everywhere in the country. People get bored at the same place, people laugh at the same place, and how commonalities far exceed our differences, and how even uh, the social status, etc., is not a bar, and it's a wonderful experience, and that multiplexes have robbed us from that experience, and now people go, and it's a different thing. You don't really respond the way a film needs to be responded to.
Yeah, but it's also we see, I mean, I'll play devil's advocate for a bit, but that um, the theater, the distance between the theater hit and the non-theater, so, I mean, say what used to be parallel cinema or cinema and mainstream cinema,
That's disappearing.
that's, is it disappearing, or is it that the spectacle is still a big screen? You have, especially films from the south, or now what we would call that
Kalki.
sensibility in different languages. There's big action or big, just larger than life is for the big screen. But it is not, it is especially in Hindi cinema, one would say, because people are saying from the south, especially, there's some small interesting films emerging, that there is, I mean, there are no internationally great Indian filmmakers. Payal Kapadia's film is done very well right now. But like Satyajit, right, there's that generations after that, say from the 80s, maybe 90s onwards, that have we focused on the commercial side of cinema so much, and at the expense of the artistic side, and maybe that's brought down both to an extent?
Um, I firmly believe that after 90s, when the films opened up, really, because we started seeing world cinema to some extent. Still, we don't see world cinema, but we saw American cinemas and other cinemas that came to us. So, and even through television, a lot of cinemas came to us. So the audience grew up, so to speak. They were more matured, and there was a lot of churning. Uh, they were better prepared to accept new plots, new angles, and more open. Like in Gulmohar, the last scene of my, winking. At once upon a time, probably it wouldn't have been accepted, but it was accepted, and people also liked it. I was quite worried that, I've got an image, and people might just laugh, or might say that, this is not right for her stature to. But none of that happened. So I think we've moved on, the audience have moved on, and they have more appetite for different kind of films.